The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, weekdays 4 Eastern.
President Obama's new media push. He just sat down for an interview with our chief national correspondent, John King, the host of CNN's State of the Union. John is joining us now from the White House. John, how did it go?
Wolf, it was a fascinating conversation, and we covered a lot of ground, from whether the president might, if he signs a health care bill, end up violating his promise not to raise taxes on the middle class, what he thinks about the momentous decision he faces about whether to send more troops to Afghanistan soon, how the family is preparing for the H1N1 flu virus. But we also spent some time on an issue that is generating emotional debate across the country, Wolf. All these protests, all the signs, Afro-socialism, you lie, being shouted from the floor of the House of Representatives last week. As you know, former President Jimmy Carter is among those who say this is racism against President Obama. The House Speaker has said she worries it's like language used in San Francisco years ago that led to deadly violence. So I asked the president, sir, do you see this as racism?
Are there people out there who don't like me because of race? I'm sure there are. That's not the overriding issue here. I think there are people who are anti-government. I think there's been a long-standing debate in this country that is usually that much more fierce during times of transition or when presidents are trying to bring about big changes. I mean, the things that were said about FDR are pretty similar to the things that were said about me, that he was a communist, he was a socialist. Things that were said about Ronald Reagan when he was trying to reverse some of the New Deal programs. You know, we're pretty vicious as well.
So you see there, Wolf, the president choosing his words very carefully. Is it some of it racism? The president thinks probably so. Most of it he thinks because of the anxiety out there in the country over the big changes and legitimate disagreements in some cases with his policy. Again, we spent some more time on that issue, also covered a lot of other ground, health care, the economy, when the president expects jobs to come back, and as I noted also, how the family, how his daughters are getting ready for what could be an H1N1 flu pandemic this school year, Wolf.
Lots of good stuff coming up. How would you describe his mood right now, John?
He was in a very good mood. He said he was going to watch a family movie tonight with the family. He's getting ready to begin his weekend here. He understands without a doubt the stakes, Wolf, the huge stakes of the healthcare debate, the huge policy and political stakes of the Afghanistan debate. It is very clear the president understands all that. But he went through a marathon day of interviews this afternoon here, and he was in pretty good spirits at the end of it.